Synergy.
Okay, folks, this week we're going to learn about Synergy. And this is not the program that we have at TUSD that I take attendance on and we get grades from. No, it's something beyond that. So first, the definition. I know what you're thinking right now, and I'm probably thinking the same thing. That was the best orchestra you've ever heard in your life, right? Yeah, me too. That's what happens when you combine more than one person together to a common good. Good things come of it. Nature explains it best. So this is what synergy looks like in nature. Hit it! Hit it! Shoot. I got it. Okay, nature is the bomb. I mean, seriously, from the bees working together to the ants and what they can do when they all work together, that is synergy to the T when you see it in nature. Now, let me break this down a little bit more. We see synergy even within ourselves. Our muscles all have to work together, right? In order for me to say hi, I probably use 30 or 40 different muscles there. But let me break that down a little bit more so you can see muscles working together for a greater cause. Crushed it. So let's talk about synergy and what it looks like when we relate it a little bit more to music. So check this out. This is real simple. All right, here's an example of synergy. One hand by itself can only do so much. However, when I combine two hands together, each doing something different, well, it creates kind of a cool effect, like this. Did I just wake from a funky nightmare? What's going on? I think we can do that better. Let's try Synergy again. Different way. Okay, just this hand by itself. That's nice, and it works really well by itself. Just this hand by itself. Again, this hand works pretty well by itself too. However, when I combine the two hands together at the same time, they work in synergy with each other. You see how the synergy works between my left hand and my right hand? Now I'm going to do a whole piece using synergy between the both hands, the same piece, but we'll throw in a few terms that we've used in the past. So again, with synergy, what we're talking about is the whole of different individual elements are greater when they're all put together, right? Whenever everything works together. So when I'm playing steel drums back there, it works better if I have both arms, playing together and they're each doing their independent thing, as that last piece had. But when they came together, they made more music than they would have if they were just independently playing by themselves. So this next guy does it even better than that. He takes it to another level. Not only is he combining two elements, he has 3 or 4 elements going on at the same time within his body to make the greater good. So check this out. Okay, hopefully you were able to see and hear what was going on there. All parts of his body had to work together. His right hand, his left hand, right foot, left foot. They all had to work together in synergy in order for that to sound like one complete whole piece together. And it's good. It's a visceral kind of thing, because not only can you hear it all sounding like it fits together, you can see it when you watch someone do something like that. This next group takes the whole synergy experience to a whole nother level. All right, I want you to observe how, as they learn to work together, that the musical experience expands in such an amazing way. So, without further ado, hit it! Hit it! We tried this before. Here we go. okay, you have to admit it was pretty freaking cool, right? And I hope that you were able to see what I was talking about beforehand, that the individual parts are all really cool, but when you combine the individual parts together, it took the three blue men working together to make that drum bone, that's the name of the instrument, to make it really work, right? And they had to work in a partnership together, right? And you can see that in music, and sometimes music, you know, it expands beyond that. We started off the beginning of this lesson talking about how nature uses synergy. We saw how different animals do the same thing. And I think we could think about community as well, because we as artists, as a class, we're a community of steel drum players. And a community is better when it works together. All right, so he said, let's cut real quick to one, like I'll show you 30 seconds. So let's imagine this quick little musical experience as a community. And you'll see lots of little balls, right? And let's imagine each one of those little balls that you see is a different part of our greater community. And when all those balls work together and bounce together, they can create something cool. So I'll just show you something pretty quick of this and we'll come right back. All right, that thing kind of blows your mind, right? So it's cool to me to see how, again, I was trying to relate the music to our community. And when you see a bunch of different elements coming together, the community works better as a whole. And that's hopefully one takeaway I want you guys to get from this, is that we can see how synergy works. It's, you know, it's our muscles working together on our individual bodies, and it can go beyond what we can do as just a single person. It showed you how we can do, like, even with music with 2 people, 3 people, with a large group. You see how that expands, that whole idea expands into the natural animal kingdom, and how ants and bees and elephants and all sorts of animals work together, right? And when their communities are working together, they're a greater whole. And I wanted to leave you with this last little thing, because sometimes I think we take for granted what happens within our community and how much we actually work together as a community without us actually realizing it. So this guy, there's a short story, it's 2 minutes long, and we'll wrap up with this. And it'll give you something cool to think about as to how our whole community works in synergy together. And then we'll do something cool together this week that hopefully will be a good capstone to all of this. So check this out. Thanks 1000 is the name of the book that A.J. Jacobs wrote that tells this wonderful story about him going out and celebrating his community. I highly suggest you read it. It's a great read. And thank you for listening to this lesson about synergy and community. And if you've been wondering what my vibe music is, I have a special treat for you. It's this.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born! Using their ultra superpowers, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil!
Synergy.